Hello. Let's start over. I want to thank you, all of you who bought the book Women Who Rise, and I have now got a cover copy that I will be putting on my homepage of my JeanieGriffin.com, and we'll say more about how to get the book with a cover with my picture on it and how to get it signed. Obviously, we're not going to have any kind of book signings right away. And who knows, in LA, there's rumor that we may be locked down till July or stay-at-home order. So we'll see. Hello to my friends. Hello, Doc. Hello, Linda. Hello, Claudia. I have a heavy subject today, but I was reading Emmet Fox. Hi, Michelle. I love Emmet Fox. I love the metaphysical writers. They helped me a lot when I was in my period of hating everything about God and a higher power. So today I want to talk about the 4 horsemen of the apocalypse. There's also some stuff in a wonderful little pamphlet in AA about that too. But the 4 horsemen are depicting the nature of our human nature and the 4 aspects of it. The physical body is represented by the pale horse, and the emotional body by the red horse, the intellect by the black horse, and the I am spiritual entity connecting with the white horse. So ask yourself at any day, if you're connecting to the pale horse, you're in earthly pursuits, and that when that's your focus and not your spiritual health, that's not going to end well. Many times, because of things happening outside of ourselves or what's happening in our heads, we get into this emotional body, the red horse, and our emotions drag us around like we're being led around by the nose. Now, that doesn't mean emotions are bad. That means that they are supposed to be like visitors. They come, tell us something, and then leave. They should move through us. But we get so overwhelmed with them, we suppress them. We don't want to move through them because we think it'd be easier if we just swept them under the rug, and we know all we get is a lumpy rug. The intellect is a very safe place to stay because then you don't have to feel anything. And some days, we're more in our heads, and that's a bad neighborhood to go into alone. You have both sides of the conversations, or in some cases, if you've got a real active shitty committee, you have many sides of the same conversation. And the spiritual white horse is the horse that eventually all aspects will blend into that white horse. But the white horse is our spiritual nature. And Fox goes on to say, like many authors since him, that the only 2 feelings that we feel is love or fear. And eventually everything fades into love. I want to describe what he says about this white horse of the spiritual nature. The man or woman who rides this white horse achieves freedom and joy and ultimate happiness and harmony. We're told 2 very interesting things about the white horse. We're told that the bow and arrow are the ancient symbol of the spoken word. And when you speak the word, you shoot out an arrow and it goes where you aim it. The horseman on the white horse speaks the word. The rider of the white horse also wears a crown, and the crown is a symbol of victory. The rider on the white horse is always the victor. This, then, is the story of the 4 horsemen. If you want peace and understanding of a higher power or the divine, there's only one way to achieve it, and you must ride the white horse. So what he's saying is, we can't be too focused on the material world. Obviously, I've said before, you can't sit on the couch eating bonbons waiting for your higher power to come pay the rent. But to exclusively focus on the material is to deny our spiritual nature. And then to, obviously, to be focused on the emotions is a real rat race. And then to be cloistered in that intellect all the time is a very sterile way to live. It's also very black and white, either or, all or nothing kind of way to live. And so it only leaves us to examine and try to go deeper and deeper into our spiritual nature. That I am that is present, that doesn't ever die. It is connected to the divine, connected to the mysterious, connected to the original oneness. And we're kind of chips off the old block. And that oneness allows itself to be divided, that's a terrible word, to incarnate in individual forms. And that's what we are, individual forms of the oneness. And there's nobody else that could be like us, and nobody else can express like us. But we are to be not just us, we are to be the face of the divine that shows up as each individual one of us. I don't know whether any of that made sense to you. Maybe I'm riding the intellectual horse, the black horse today. But I just love Emmet Fox. If you don't know who he is, look him up and read some of his books. Designs for Living is a wonderful book. He's the one that wrote the Sermon on the Mount. That is a metaphysical expression and explanation of it. A daily meditation book that I love is Around the Year with Emmet Fox. And I'm trying to think of some of his others. I love them. I really do. A few of his in Designs for Living is a little antiquated about women. But I give him credit for so much more. Do you know that tomorrow, May 13th, is a divine day, and the Venus goes into retrograde, and tomorrow is a prime number that goes into 13, because it's 4, and believe it or not, it's the divine feminine that's coming into existence for the first time in another 26,000 years. There's a good video I'll post on my timeline about explaining this, what's happening tomorrow on the 13th of May. I love this stuff. Maybe I am intellectualizing. I still love it because it also has that mystery. So it involves the feelings, and it involves probably all of it. Have a good evening. I hope to hear from you all. Another thing I was thinking about doing, why don't you all send me pictures of your cats interrupting things? A friend of mine tried to do a meditation this morning, and her cats kept getting on the bookcase behind her and knocking things off. Now mine are very quiet today for some reason. They usually love to come do some sort of clatter while I'm trying to film these. So why don't you tell me which horse you're riding? The intellectual one, the emotional one, the physical one, or are you today in a spiritual zone? And then what are your cats doing to cause trouble? I love you, and there's not a damn thing you can do about it. Bye.